Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast talking PBS. Today, I'm Megan. I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we are discussing The Forsytes Season 1, Episode 5, which originally aired on PBS on Sunday, April 19th. But good news, you can watch it for free on pbs.org, and you can watch all past episodes. If you become a PBS Passport subscriber, just $5 a month gets you access to so much good stuff.
Are you a subscriber?
I am now.
Are you?
Yeah.
How did you watch Downton Abbey originally?
On PBS.
On your, cable?
DVR, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I started watching Downton Abbey, I think, in either season 2 or season 3. And I remember I had to get the DVDs from the library because it wasn't streaming anywhere. Mm-hmm. And so this was years ago. And so I watched the first couple on DVD. And then I believe I recorded it, just DVR'd it. Mm-hmm. And I think now it's all on Netflix as well.
Oh, is it?
I think Downton Abbey is on Netflix. And someone recommended another show recently to us, another PBS show. We've gotten quite a few PBS recommendations, actually. It's All Creatures Great and Small, which is based on the books of James Herriot, which are books that I read as a child. They're not children. He has a children's book, but they're not children's books. He's a country vet in the English countryside, and I loved his books.
This is a PBS show?
It's a PBS show about a vet in the English countryside. I've known about the series. I haven't watched it, but now that I'm a PBS.org subscriber, I might.
Yeah, really?
I'm not sure that you would like the story about a country vet in the English countryside. It might be a little too slow for you, but I'm telling you, I loved those books. I still have copies of them.
Really?
I loved them.
Why don't we get into it? The Forsytes, episode 5.
Let's do it. Let's hear a synopsis.
Disaster strikes at Forsytes & Co. as Soames puts an end to Irene's Parisian dreams. Louisa faces a shock eviction. Can Joe save the day? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Hey, yo, what's your first impression of this episode of The Forsytes?
Irene, you in danger, girl.
Red flag. Do you know the red flag guy on TikTok?
No, I don't.
He has a literal giant red flag. No. And you'll see a video of some man behaving horribly, and it'll be a clip of him running through the background.
Oh, really?
And he makes you're in more danger than I wish I could remember one of the analogies he makes, but then he started making green flag videos.
Oh, that's nice.
Anyway, Dustin Pointer, I believe is his name on TikTok.
Nice.
My first impression is the one where all of our chickens come home to roost.
Can I tell you, it was this episode that it finally dawned on me that this show is like a soap opera.
For sure.
And when I watch it with that point of view, I kind of love that for me. Because before going into it, I'm thinking this is a super prestigious, because of the time frame
Sure.
and the language they use and all whatever. No, it's just messy and dramatic. If I just think of it soapy, it's a great watch.
They're just dressed nicely.
They're just dressed nicely. Yes. And in this particular episode, there was some snark that I clocked for maybe the first time.
Yes.
And I don't know, was I just missing it in the first 4 episodes?
I think it's stronger in this episode.
Because it was several times.
Oh, there's some great lines.
I just laughed. The end line. When
Between Soames and Joe.
Oh my God, get out.
Soames says, booted you out, has she? And Joe says, marriage going well, is it? It's my favorite. I rewound it to watch it again. It's so good.
Joe doesn't miss a beat.
No, I love it.
It was great. It was great. So now I'm just this is just a fun, delicious, soapy Melrose Place.
I thought this episode was so good.
It was great.
So look, after last week, we talked about Anne's voiceovers, and I've noticed them every time, but last week was the first time I was paying close attention at the theme she was weaving for the episode in her voiceover.
Did you catch it this episode?
Yes.
I did not. So tell me what it is.
She talks about love being both a blessing and a curse. And that carries through the entire episode. Mostly a curse for these people. I think there's some question about who it's a blessing for. I have a lot of likes. Can we start with one of them?
Yeah.
Look, I hate the way Soames is being deceitful, but it is so juicy to watch Irene start to turn on him. The second she clocks his BS and her entire attitude changes and the way she treats him throughout the rest of this episode, I was like, oh, love to see it.
Me too. I will tell you, as I'm watching this, I was like, the you in danger girl, like I had to. But then I was like, but maybe Soames is in danger because I'm a little afraid of Irene and what she might do.
I know.
As she's realizing all this stuff.
I mean, it's as soon as she realizes he's been lying, she knows exactly why.
Massaging his head, and she's like, so when did you know? I'm like, oh my God.
It's like a horror movie in that moment. Mm-hmm.
So good. Mm-hmm. So good. And, you know, early on, I was like, Soames Hive, right? Like, the man is still very nice to look at, but this character is so scary.
He lies so easily, and he just builds lie upon lie upon lie.
And I'm so sad because at one point I thought, no, I think he's a good guy. He's not.
Right. When he kind of saves Irene and he seems to love her, I actually don't think that he doesn't love her. I think that he thinks he loves her.
Oh, I think he's possessed with her.
I think so too.
Obsessed. Obsessed?
I think he is obsessed with her too.
He's possessed with Irene.
I mean, not far off. Look, he says to her, like, I saved you. You owe me.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's dark.
Really dark. Really dark. Maybe we'll go back to Paris. I was like, you never going back, girl. Never.
I love that she makes friends with all the staff. I love it.
Yeah.
This is before she knows, but I was like, it's so lovely. And then just to see the way they react to her and she's so thrown by it. And Connie's like, they're not used to it. She goes, what? Being treated like real humans?
Yeah.
I was like, I love it.
Yeah. Great. Great. Joe, once again, the most decent man in this terrible family.
I love how he's standing on business in this episode.
And they so make him to be the villain. Like he's such a shame on the family because he had these children. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When like all these other people are doing such terrible, terrible things. Mm-hmm. And he's like, look, I just want to be a father to my kids.
My stepdaughter was raised in this lavish lifestyle, and here my children are.
Yes.
I think it's really interesting. I'm a huge fan of Joe in this current moment, and I think it's really easy to be on his side because you can see the sparks between Louisa and Joe.
Yeah.
Especially when she is talking to him about him, but the children don't know who she's talking about. It's important to pursue your passions. They're not behaving inappropriately. Mm-hmm. He's not actively pursuing Louisa. He's doing this all under the guise of supporting his children, making sure that they're educated, making sure that all of their needs are met. And of course, that does benefit Louisa, and spending time with the children does mean spending time with Louisa. But you want to believe that had Francis not given him that ultimatum, he would have at least attempted to continue to be a good husband while being present in his other children's lives. Like, he wanted to be above board about it.
Right.
He goes to June about it.
Right.
He's like, I'm going to talk to your mom. And Frances cannot and I don't blame her. I don't blame her for feeling threatened. I do blame her for saying, get the kids out of the country. You don't get to be with them.
Terrible.
But I don't blame her for feeling threatened by his relationship.
Do you blame him for leaving at the end?
No, I think he's absolutely right. I think these are his children. It's right for him to want to know them.
I agree.
And I think Frances is in a terrible position. She behaves terribly.
I have no empathy for Frances.
I don't know that I do either. When she sends Wiggins, and then when you know on his second task that she sent him to do something bad, you don't know what it is yet, but you know she sent him to ruin her in some way. I don't condone any of her further actions.
Yeah.
But she saw the way he looked at her.
I know.
That's all she needs to know.
I don't know. But I'm like, what happens from here? He leaves. Then how does Frances, she's going to go to Joe Sr. next.
I mean, she did. They show them speaking at the end of the episode.
Because her lot in life is going to change if Joe Jr.
leaves her.
Yeah.
Yes, how does that work?
I don't know.
Do we have community property in the 19th century.
She's so wrapped up in like optics too.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why this is just juicy. I love it. I'm so glad it's going to have 3 seasons. I can't wait. This episode was heavy on like the financial stuff. I don't care about any of that stuff.
I don't either, except that I do love the FAFO of it all with the disaster behind the Ceylon mine. And it, you know, pits the risk-taking men against those who are like, I told you so, man.
Yeah, no, I get why they're doing it. And I loved that then it goes even further where Anne is like, oh, somebody who we owe something to has been affected by this. And you guys need to make it right. Yeah, there's all that kind of underbelly storyline that's happening, like the James and Joe Sr. and whoever that they
Alexandra
both were in love with at some point.
Yeah, we're still picking at that. That's in my wishes, just understanding more about where that's coming from.
Good. But yeah, overall, a good, juicy episode for me.
A good, juicy episode.
And I continue to love June so much.
Oh, me too.
You know, June is just so idealistic and she wants to be with Philip, but she also is like understanding. She's like, oh, we can't get together until he commissions something. So, hey, do you want to help us out and build, you know, so cute. And I wonder like, oh, is June and Philip and Irene kind of all cut from the same cloth? A little like rebel. Are they rebels? Are they going to be the ones that take this family, you know, away from what a Forsyte is supposed to be? I also really enjoyed a couple of scenes with Monty, and the sister.
So funny.
These two. There was a lot of little comedic things between them. I just enjoyed it.
I just love Monty like running in the background. That would be a fun character to play. I just feel like he's like, nobody likes me. Not even really my wife. My wife seems a little bit annoyed by me half the time.
I don't even know if the family likes the wife though, either. The daughter. She's the daughter.
I agree.
She's not seen as like Soames, you know, the golden child.
No, you're right. You're right. Let's take a quick break and we'll come right back to talk about our wishes. All right, let me hear some of your wishes, Wendy.
I really only have one, and it's probably just a Wendy situation, is I don't have a ton of understanding still about the business side of things. And I keep getting the 2 shows mixed up in my head, the Forsytes and the Count of Monte Cristo, because like if you listen to our episode yesterday, there was a little bit of mirroring happening, like manipulation of markets or crashing of markets and things happening. And so I just need a better understanding of like, how much money are we talking being lost? And but overall, it doesn't have anything to do with like the family. Well, I guess it does have to do with the family dynamics of it all. I mean, prior episodes, we were really hammering in on who's going to lead it, Soames or Joe, Soames or Joe. Which one is the better leader? They are 2 different dudes, totally.
Well, what's interesting to me here is we have this. Soames was all in on the potential benefits of the Ceylon mine, this gold mine. And when they were seeing benefits, he and James were like, see, look at all this money we're making. And then it crashes. And Soames kind of crashes out on his own. And then he storms out into Forsyte and Co. And he's like, look, he shakes it off.
Gives his big monologue speech. Yeah.
Yes, but he's like, these people knew what they were doing. The blame is on them, not on us. And I was like, look at that. Look at you just coming in here being like, I wash my hands of any responsibility for this. I would take all the credit if we were making money. But now that we've lost money, hey, that was your choice. Your choice to stick with that investment. All we can do is advise you. So,
is that how these people operate? Like in 2026
probably.
too? Oof.
Come to me when you're making money.
Yeah.
Not my fault when you lose it.
Right.
Just a couple little things. We talked about it a little bit, but I'm very curious for more backstory on James and Joe's relationship with Alexandra and how Henry Falconer comes into play with that.
Yeah.
Why do they owe him? What were the circumstances behind his bailout? Seemed precipitated by their relationship with Alexandra. There is some hinting at that earlier in the episode where June is talking about her life with Philip, and her grandfather says something. Joe Sr. says something, and she's like, I'm so sorry that you've never known passion. And he's like, what makes you think I haven't?
Yeah.
And I thought for a brief second, I'm like, is he talking about Frances? I'm like, no, obviously he's talking about Alexandra, but we don't know anything about her. He talks about Irene and June. I really like that friendship. However, at the end of the episode, we see Irene meet Philip. June's so excited for them to meet. And she's like, we're all going to be the best of friends. There's a look exchanged between Irene and Philip that I don't fully understand. And this might be me trying to read way too much. But Irene and Philip are much more similar than
June
and Philip. Mm-hmm. We see Irene's relationship falling apart. We don't know what that means for her marriage. But that scene felt heavier than it should have, that casual meeting in the park. And I don't know if it was just because Irene was forced to put on a happy face in that moment because she's feeling betrayed, or if there's more there. I don't know.
Interesting.
Also, Frances and Joe Sr. have a little bit of a moment. Is that going to go somewhere?
I don't know. My suspicions are raised. My final wish is I do wish that Joe would put a stop to Frances. Like, he's so polite with her. Like, I need him to be like, stop your bullshit. Like, stop meddling in this. This is not going to affect you in any way. Like, stop it. Stop it. She's mean.
This is not going to affect you in any way if he's just spending time with his children. But in her mind,
I know.
Spending time with the children means he's going to be bow chicka wow wow with Louisa. Especially now that he's bought her a little.
Bought her a big country spread.
Yeah, a place to bang.
The children are there.
There are children in every house. How did the children get there?
Are they going to bang out on this show?
I think so.
You think so? Well, I'm okay. But wait, I think back to
Soames and Irene did.
Yeah, that was pretty steamy.
They're not
without
going to show us
showing
anything. But yeah, I think we're going to know that these things are happening.
I don't think. Well, now that Joe and Frances are technically, he got kicked out. Maybe.
I love that he walks into Isaac's house and he and his wife are having dinner and he's like, can I sleep on the couch?
Well, at least he didn't go to Louisa's, right?
Of course. Can you imagine?
He's like, oh, by the way.
He takes the tiniest little suitcase with him. Did you see? It's like a briefcase.
Yes.
I'm like, you wear a lot of clothes. What's in there?
His hair products alone. He's got great hair.
He does.
Great hair. A couple of questions. Soames, when does he officially cross a line with you? Is it like when he tells the big lie about his dad's health, or were you already like...
He already lied about his reasons for coming back.
Yeah.
Because he was not going to come back simply based on his father's letter. He came back after seeing what it would mean for Irene being in Paris. And then he made up the lie, I have to get back. I owe them that. And then he immediately starts lying and he says, I'm gonna go tell my father our plans. That's never his plan, to go tell his father, I'm gonna GTFO to Paris. I just want to let you know. And then it snowballs. He makes up the lie about his father's health and don't tell anybody. And everything about this just solidifies who he is. His proclamation about not our fault that we lost your money and you owe me because I saved you from nothing. He just gets worse and worse.
Is he worse than his dad?
Yes.
You think so?
I do, because I think James is a social climber and I don't think James is a good guy. He's not the kind of guy I'd want to be married to, but I think he's just, I don't know that he's as deceitful and as dangerous as Soames seems to be. And the way Soames turns off the anger,
yes,
frightens me.
I know. Yeah, me too.
It's just simmering under the surface.
Yes, I agree.
Do you think Soames is worse than James?
I wish we could get like a flashback to James and Joe Sr. as younger, and if James had moved as like icky as Soames did. What could you compare the Forsytes to, like modern day, the modern day equivalent to the Forsytes?
Does anything come to mind for you?
I don't know. I'm like, it's not like a daily, it's not like an All My Children or like a Days of Our Lives, like that. Was Downton Abbey soapy, or was it just historically?
Downton Abbey was soapy, but not quite like this. No, the drama is real mild. I mean, there is some high drama, but nothing.
I wonder if this like is more, when we were children, it was like the Friday Night Dynasty or Dallas.
Sure,
Was it
maybe.
like along those lines.
Maybe.
I don't know. I like it. I think it's a highly entertaining.
I think a lot of people are trapped in this episode in one way or another. Not in this episode, in this world.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the most trapped?
That's a good question because if Frances trapped, but by her own choice because she wants
this life.
Yeah, she wants this life. Irene, I mean, I think she can get out of it. Mm-hmm. But because even if you remember, Soames was like, you can leave. I won't, if you're not happy, you can leave. This was like before they got married. There was a promise. I don't think that's going to happen either. June might be the most trapped.
Yeah. Is it June? Is it Joe?
No, maybe it's the boy. Maybe it's Joe is trapped in this life. They're all trapped. Who's trapped the most?
Because June I don't see success with her relationship with Philip, but at this current place, she does have the clearest path to what she wants. There is at least a path to what she thinks she wants. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be Joe. I don't know either, but a lot of people are trapped in this.
I don't know why Joe couldn't just be to his family like, yeah, I'm not doing any of this anymore. Bye.
I just don't think it's that easy to just walk away from your family and your ex. It's why he came home when he was with Louisa.
These expectations are too much.
And it wouldn't be as simple as I'm going to go do my own thing and I'll see you on the holidays. I mean, they would be done with him. I don't think he'd be welcomed back.
Joe doesn't strike me as the guy who's going to be like, well, I need their money and I need their...
Right.
But
he's made his own money.
I know. That's why I'm saying, like, why doesn't he just leave?
To go be an artiste?
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark, talking PBS today on the Forsytes. If you love this podcast, y'all, the very best thing you can do is leave a 5-star rating in the podcast app that you're currently listening to us in. And we'll be back next time with more reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.